The camera just went off.
I saw something blink on this camera.
All right, ready?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay,
Camera looks like it's on now.
you're going.
Are we broadcasting? Is there people out there? Okay. So, welcome to our LTS.
We're live.
Well, we're live. We don't know whether we're live to them or not. So we are on. We are broadcasting right now.
Yes, you are.
Our tech team says we should be talking. So, welcome everybody. We want to just say thanks for joining in. It is Saturday morning, and we've got some great stuff planned for you. I know that there's a lot of what we call our students, kind of old timers that have seen us for quite a while. We've been doing these live sessions now. This will be the second one.
We got some newbies out there too. I'm
And
sure.
I think we do. We do have some
new people, and even some I think from foreign countries.
Yes.
Canada or someplace.
So what we'd like you to do,
I can't keep track anymore.
You should have a way that you can ask us questions. So the first thing we'd like to know is, are you fairly new to our channel, to our YouTube channel? I don't know, is the YouTube thing on there? Well, anyway, our Old Day 100 is our YouTube channel. If you're fairly new to us, to what we do and our channel, we'd like you to...
They have no video.
Huh?
Somebody, Bill Hodgkins says he has no video. Oh, found video. Never mind.
Got it, Bill.
Skip.
Good job.
Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that was Skip.
Oh, that was Skip. Okay. So we got people chiming in. So let us know, number one, where you're at, and if you're again, if you've been watching our videos just within the last couple weeks, just let us know that. What do you want to say, Dad?
Let's just get it going. So this is a live training session. So let's get some live stuff going so they can see what we're doing.
Then you want me to get the hell out of the way so you can get started? Is that what you're saying?
Well, not necessarily get the hell out of the way.
Just move. All right. So Dad is gonna. The way this is gonna work. And again, I'm talking. Dad's gonna do a demo. It's probably gonna be about 15 minutes. Huh?
Several people that says they have no video.
Well.
Several of you have said they have no video, and we don't know all the technical stuff behind that. Hopefully you can find a button to push someplace that'll bring your video up to you.
Yeah, and the thing is, guys, if you don't have video or audio, call this number and they should be able to help you. It's 888 259 8414.
All right. Somebody also says, click the show all webcams, and Joe says it worked for him.
Click the show all webcams.
2 people have said that.
Okay, so hopefully that will...
Top left corner of the small box, that's open.
Okay, all right. So, I'm going to get out of the way and let you go. Anyway,
you're still talking.
I'm still talking. I'm going to move. All right.
All right, what I want to do is... I get a lot of requests from people that I've made videos on how to scallop your boards. Now I started scalloping back when I was in my 30s. I started scalloping my signs. I'm in my 80s now, so you can know that I've scalloped a few of them. And by scalloping, this is the router bit that I use. It's a 45-degree chamfer bit with a bearing, with a 1/2-inch bearing on the bottom. And what this does, it goes on and leaves a scallop. When I scallop the board, I come in where the bearing touches the board, and depending on the depth I've got, it'll make the scallop, and I'll show you how I do that. I'm going to set up now and do that. I've got a router set up, already set up with this bit in it. And this is it, and you can set this at a variety of depths. So if you're looking at it, have you got this dialed in there, son?
Pretty much, yeah. I'm zooming in right now as we speak.
Okay, now I'm going to set this for about that depth, which is a nice deep scallop. So if you can see that on the camera. Now when this comes in and the bearing touches the board, it will make the scallop. Now, if you can also see this, if I were to lay this board down and try to scallop, this would be hitting on the table. So I can't do that. So I'll show you what I've done and what I do in order to overcome that. But first, I'm going to set up and show you how I do the scalloping. Have you got all of this on camera, son?
Yep, we're rolling.
All right. Now this is a board that's plenty thick enough, and I've got this set up to do the first scalloping, and I'm not going to do the whole board. I'm just going to do the end of the board and part of the side. So you don't really need to see me do the whole board in order to know what I'm doing. So I'm set up here now, and I'll make sure the cord is out of the way. And I'm ready to go. Are you following me, son?
Go for it.
All right, now it's going to make a little noise, so I'm not going to talk while the router is running. I don't want to shout over the top of the router, but I'm going to do the scalloping on the ends and part way down the side. Then I'm going to show you what I've done. So stay with me now. Here we go. Show you what I've done. Now, if you can zoom in on this, son.
Mm-hmm. I'm there.
And this is the edge. This is a scallop, and this is what I would do all the way around the board. Now, as you noticed when I was doing this, I was moving the router just slightly, and because I've done 100,000 of these, I know I make it look awful easy. So normally I do this when I'm standing up.
Can you chip that board up on end? There you go. Is that better?
Yep.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Got a good view
for
of
the
that?
webcam, yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Good.
Now normally, when you see me move that, I've done so many of them that I make it really look easy. And normally I do this when I'm standing up, and I just go around the board. You can see that on other videos that I've made. But if you want to, when you're first learning, if you want to, just take a pen of some kind and make, I'll go to the other end of this board, just make a little bit of a mark like this. See, that's kind of even. And then when you're coming in with your router, all you do is bring your router in to that mark. And that's all you're doing. Now, it's fairly easy to do that when you're sitting down. And when you're first learning, you might want to do this sitting down, because you're either going to do your sign carving sitting down. So you might want to do that sitting down. I like to do it standing up. It's just what I've always done, and that's the way I do it. Now, I'm going to show you this other.
You want me to take that board out of the way now?
No, that's all right, son.
Okay.
I got a place for it over here. Now, what I've done, now these are thin boards like I pointed out before, and if I tried to do that on this the way I did, this would be hitting on the table. So what I've done is I've made a sacrifice. I just took a little board that's smaller than this board, okay? And this is easy to do, and I use this as a sacrifice. What I did is I put little screws in here so that they're protruding just slightly, and I find out which side of the board I'm going to use for my front and the back. The front is where the scallop is going to be, so I put that on there. And this is a sacrifice. And so that way, when I'm using the router bit, or when I'm using the router and doing the scalloping, the bottom bearing won't be down hitting the table. So I'm going to show you again. I'll go ahead and make some marks on this just to show you what you can do.
You just answered the same question that Glenn Watts asked about using.
What was that?
You just answered the question that Sam Watts asked about show how to do cedar board. It's not as thick as the boards you're using.
Oh,
so
okay.
good.
This is,
You're welcome.
yeah, and now I'm still sitting down. I've made those marks on the board, and they should show up good on the camera, and this is the way I do it. And that shows the scallop. Now this is that little sacrifice board, and that stays on the rubberized mat, so it keeps everything from sliding around. Now I could go all the way around that thing. Just at the most it would take like a minute, but probably 30-40 seconds, something like that, and you get a nice scallop. Now one thing that you need to do is, you'll see that there's a little bit of a sharp corner here. Now I don't have my sanding block. Normally I use a sanding block, and for all four corners, after I scallop it, I just knock that edge off. And the reason I do that is, if I didn't, after I get this sprayed black, if anything ever comes and touches that, it would knock it off, and I'd have to go back and blacken it again. So by sanding each of those four corners with a sanding block, it'll just save you time in the long run, where you don't have to go back in and touch it up. So that's basically what I wanted to show you on the scalloping. Now there's one other thing that I want to point out real quickly. There are times when you need to have a router table with a router underneath, coming up underneath. But if you can't do that, if you have the big router like I've got here, let me show you what I do sometimes if I just want to do something real quick. Is I'll turn this router upside down, and I'll just take a couple of pieces of wood. Whoops, that didn't work out. I'll just take a couple of pieces of wood like this and clamp it on. Now, come on, David.
It worked good in rehearsals.
Yeah. So you just have to make sure you get on both sides. So all this is, it just gives you stability. And then, if you need to, like if you want to do the chamfer on the back, let's loosen this up. I guess I can't. But you can set this, because you've got a couple of boards on here, you can set this so that you can do it. In fact, I'll turn it on if I can. Now, if you wanted to, you could set up and do this. You can do the chamfer that way. If you had this set a little shallower, you could actually come around and do the chamfer on the back, because I chamfer the back of all the signs. So this is a sharp edge, so you could come around, and this is just a real fast way to make something that gives you some stability to use on it. So that's really all I needed to do on the chamfering. That's everything is done that I wanted to show you. Now there are other videos that I've made. What's the number on that other video?
95.
Video 95 on our YouTube channel, Old Dave 100. Video 95 I think I made that pretty quick, and I showed how to chamfer, and I may have done it a little too quickly. So I wanted to use this LTS, this live training session, to get a little bit more detail, show you a little bit better about what I do. Now, my super son Eric has got some stuff that he wants to show you, and so I'm gonna clear my table stuff off right here. I'm just gonna put it down here on the floor, son.
That works for me. I won't be over that floor, so that's perfect.
You need this mat?
I do, yeah.
Okay, I'll just leave the mat on the table. I'll get out of here and let my son come in, and thank you very much. We'll talk to you later. Are you ready, Bart?
I'm ready.
All right, you got it.
So you can man the camera, and I'll do my thing.
I got it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, my part of it, is I'm going to show a brand new transfer method. And many of you that have followed us for a while know I've showed on our channel, on our YouTube channel. By the way, on our YouTube channel now we have playlists. So if you want to see just the coffee and questions, there's a playlist for that. And again, our YouTube channel is Old Dave 100 for you new people. And we also have, within the playlist, we also have Live to Ride, all the videos that have anything to do with the Live to Ride. And I'm going to be doing some detail carving here. And so you can always go back and look at those Live to Ride. That really shows you a lot of detail stuff. So anyway, any of you that have been around know that I've transferred my images a lot of different ways. Carbon paper, gluing the paper down. Let me give you some videos to, some numbers to refer back to. So those of you again that know our videos number 143 and 144 that we just did a few weeks ago, I was carving some detail on a motorcycle sign, and you can see the sanding operation. You can see all the different operations that we don't have time for today, but you're going to get a taste of what the detail carving kind of looks like. So anyway, first things first is we are going to carve. Hang on, guys, let me grab my stuff here. We are going to carve that. So that is what we're going to do, and we're going to show how it's done. We're also going to do, sorry about that, I just screwed you guys up there. We're also going to do some letters here. And so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to lay out these letters. And this is just a scrap piece, guys, so just bear with me. Just going to make a line here so I can show you, especially for you new people, how we lay out lettering. We have all different kinds of letters, but basically, and this is going to be old hat to you guys that have been around for a while. I don't want to spray the top part of my board, so let me just mask this off real quick. This is Select Pine that I'm using right now, guys. So I'm just going to move this off the end of the board. I'm going to spray this real quick. All right, so that is that. So that's my lettering that I'm gonna carve, or I'm going to attempt to. Now, I'm going to go ahead and now what I'm doing different, guys, especially for you guys that have seen my stuff, this is not regular paper. This is actually iron-on transfer paper. So what you're going to do is we're going to transfer this thing right to the board. And first thing I need.
You ran that through your printer, right?
I ran that through my printer, yeah. Now what? And I would like to take credit for everything that I'm doing here, but I got a lot of this stuff from you guys. So what I'm going to do is I thought I brought my scissors out, but I didn't, so I'm using my pocket knife. I'm just going to trim this down a little bit, make it no.
Bring it up. You can't see
Oh,
it.
sorry. So I'm just going to trim this down to about 1 inch all the way around, just so I don't have a lot of excess stuff. Now what I've done on here is I've printed it. This is inkjet printed on, again, transfer paper. So what you want to do is you want to get this in place of where you want it, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here, and then you're going to iron that on, and I'm using a little transfer tool, an iron-on transfer tool. Let me see here. I need my little deal. So it comes with a little stand here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold on to it. I normally would tape this down, but I didn't bring my tape out. And this is going to burn that paper right there. But you kind of get the idea. this little wood transfer tool has been heated up and running for a while, so that's why it kind of burns at the beginning there. But it doesn't matter. This heat does is it transfers that image to the board.
You say you did that with an inkjet, not a laser jet.
Yeah, this is an inkjet. This is an inkjet on iron-on transfer paper. Now, I've tried it the other way. There is a way that you can do it. Also, if you have a laser jet, and you print it on regular paper on a laser jet, you can also do it that way. I tried it both ways, and I kind of like this way better. I think it works a little bit better for me. So now what I'm going to do, that's kind of stuck down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from this end.
Louder, a little bit louder.
I need to be louder? Sorry guys. So as I heat that thing up, I need to have it hot. And as I kind of curl that deal up, I kind of work my way through that image.
So you can actually see that it's transferred as you're peeling it up.
Yeah, and if you get to a spot, which I might get to a spot here where it doesn't transfer real well, then just lay it back down and go over it again. Like that little tail. I kind of missed some of that little tail. And just kind of lay it back down and go over it again.
I missed a little tail once myself.
Hey.
Oh, thanks, Dad. Appreciate those comments. I apologize, people.
I'm an old guy. I can get away with that.
All right, so you can see what's going on here. And this works really, I'm kind of under the gun here, so I'm kind of rushing through it, guys, because I want to get to the carving. So I probably, had I not been on live video here, I probably would have taken a little bit more time. But that is, in essence, what we got.
That little transfer tool, where did you get that?
I just bought that. You bought it on Amazon. Why are you asking? You know where I got it.
Well, I know, but I was asking the question so you could tell our viewers.
Oh, okay. I got you. So anyway, that's it. So now that is transferred. And how long would that have taken you guys if you'd have done it with carbon paper? And now you don't have the issue with the paper if you're carving through the paper. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, guys, I really like this.
You mentioned it's transferred.
Yeah. Now, the other thing that I do is I'm using a free, program. It's called Inkscape. So if you're doing lettering this way, then Inkscape allows, and it's free. You can just go on the internet and download it, and it works real good. That's how if you're doing lettering, if you're not doing lettering with our layout letters like this, you can actually do lettering, and it allows you to mirror it and be able to reverse those letters so that it's not backwards when you do it. Okay, so now let's get into the carving. I am going to use, I'm not using the same router that Dad did. I'm using a little compact router that many of you know is my favorite router.
You get about 10 minutes if you want to do questions and answers.
Yeah, okay, so I gotta pick up the pace here. Dad took all my time. All right, so I am using our profile bit. I'm using our profile bit. I don't know if you guys can get in on that. That's our standard profile bit. That's what I've got in here. Now, if this fish was about half the size that it is right now, then I would probably use our SC50. We sell both of these now.
Inkscape?
Inkscape, yeah. INKSC ape. Inkscape.
SCAPE.
Right, that's what I said. Anyway, all right, so if this fish was only about half the size that it is, I probably would use the SC50, but the profile bit works perfectly for a fish this size and also these little 1.5-inch layout letters. So, if you have any questions on those, let us know. We've got all this stuff on our website. All right, so I better get after it here. And I'm just going to be able to, I'm just going to have time to carve part of this fish, but you'll see what it turns out like. So I'm going to put on my glasses here. And I'm going to need, Dad, can you move that out of the way for me? Or not. So I'm going to set somewhere around, I'm going to do a couple of those letters first, or at least one of them. So that was set at somewhere just under 1/4 inch, something like that. Now I'm going to set it for maybe around 1/8 of an inch. I go more by the width of the cut than I go the depth of the cut. Oh, that's going to be in the way there. So hopefully you guys can hear me, but what I'm doing is I'm carving all the black away. See that all right, Dad?
Yeah,
Okay.
looks good, son. Okay, I think that gives you guys an idea of how the routing is done. And with this profile bit, it goes really nice. Goes,
Ask if they can hear you.
can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Yeah, okay, we're good.
Okay, so everybody can hear me, that's good. So anyway, I wish I had a little bit more time to route. Dad, where's that can of ink? Did you see what I did with that?
You said it right here in front of you.
Perfect. That's why I couldn't see it. So what I do now, guys, especially for you new people, the way I get that black, I'm going to show you how I do is, again, this is just assuming everything was sprayed or was carved. The way I get that black in there is I literally just spray it. That's what I do.
The camera just froze up.
Our camera froze up? Dang, I didn't brush that real well, but you guys kind of get the idea.
Yes, it did. Because your camera froze up.
Our webcam?
Yep.
Okay,
But it's really a cute picture of you.
thanks. Okay, so
Alright, hold up. I'm going to turn this off and turn it back on and see if I can fix it.
yeah, sorry about that, you guys. So our audio is still working, but our webcam froze up. We're gonna have to close the camera and turn it back on. Apologize, guys. I don't know what happened there. Hopefully,
Nope.
Hmm.
I don't know, froze up.
Well, it still shows that it's on. Are you getting comments from people that it's
Yeah.
froze?
Yep, it's froze. I can see it's froze.
Okay. Gosh, I don't even know what to do about that. The little light's still on the webcam itself, so it doesn't say that we're froze. Did you close the little icon for the webcam thing? And turn the camera on and off on that dashboard deal?
And I'd have to end the webinar to turn off the camera.
You can't just click the little icon, the camera icon,
I did that. Yeah.
and then you clicked it back on?
Yep. Nope, I won't go back on.
Okay, what about...
Did anybody say that they've lost?
Oh, that you're frozen?
Yeah, everybody's seeing that
All
we're
right.
frozen. So the actual little...
The little icon is on, but the picture's frozen.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that, you know, the thing that we turned on the desktop to get the camera controller thing,
Mhm.
did you turn that off and turn that back on?
Turn this off and turn it back on.
You have to go back to the desktop and then
Okay.
turn that.
Let me try that. Sorry, guys.
Sorry guys, we're trying to work on it.
Nope. Let's see. No, it's frozen.
Wow.
Well, you can go to coffee and questions. I mean, to your questions. I don't.
Dang it! So keep playing with that. We'll start answering the questions. Have we got questions coming in?
We got questions.
All right, guys, we're working on the camera. I apologize. I don't know what the heck happened there. We're working on the camera. Now, the good thing is we have the other camera running. So if it turns out, let me show the other camera at least. So you can always go back and watch the replay of this on our channel, because it'll be on our channel within a day or so. After this is sprayed, I'll just play to the other camera right now. After this is sprayed, then we go and we sand it off, assuming all the carving is done. Now, once that's done, this is what it looks like. That's what that bass looks like when it's all... I really apologize, guys. We're trying to fix that camera thing. I don't know what the heck happened.
We can restart the session. We could close it down and restart it, probably, but I don't even know if that would work.
Well, you're the tech person, so if that's what you want to do,
All right, guys, should we close it down and start up again?
so you guys can hopefully get the live camera
Okay,
thing.
everybody's saying yes, so give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. We're turning it off.
Okay, let's do it.
We're still running live on the regular camera.
So that thing is, did we hit our 30-minute mark?
Oh yeah, we lost about 2 seconds, and I.
Oh, and you hit it back on. Okay,
so
good.
it's good for another 30
Good.
minutes.
Yeah. Oh man, that sucks. What the heck happened to that camera? Should we unplug the camera and plug it back in?
I don't know.
Because the lights are still on this little webcam thing here.
It's something on that GoToWebinar site.
It is. I'm sure it is.
But if you've...
Are they going to have to log back in and
I don't know, but it's doing that. You've already.
Oh my God. Oh jeez.
Well, did you have a question that you wanted to answer, son?
Well, yeah, I mean, they won't be able to hear me. Well, Vic's already... geez, we lost all those questions then.
Well,
Holy crap. Man.
this is bull. This is just bullshit.
We're recording right now, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
I don't even... yeah. So you're trying to log back in and it's
I'm
not letting
trying.
you? Huh. Well,
Is there anything else we can tell them on our other camera while we're waiting to see if we can
well,
iron
I
out
mean,
these technical difficulties?
well, yeah, I mean, we're kind of thrown for a loop
Tell them
here.
to be sure and tune in for our next LTS.
Yeah, yeah, we'll try and get this stuff figured out.
Well, we got the scalloping part of it. My part of it was all right. Everything worked good. So LTS of this time is let's talk scalloping instead of live training sessions. So at least my part of it went okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you got your part of it done. That's
yeah.
good. Do we need to call that 800 number?
No, it says it's starting. It's just taking a minute.
Oh, okay. It says it's starting, huh? Finally. Why don't you unplug that camera and plug it back in? It's one of those. It's that USB plug there. That is weird. Sorry for this, you guys. Okay, so now the light, now the light went off on the camera.
This is go to webinar.
Huh?
This is go to webinar. It says it's starting. It's still starting.
Do we have an internet
Yeah.
connection? All right, so it's not that. Now the camera light just went off.
Go to webinar experiencing technical difficulties.
Oh boy. Okay, so we're still filming here. So gosh, so we don't have any of those questions either then, right?
No, but I can tell you what some of them were.
All right, let's go.
One of them was what your dad answered about the thinner boards and scalloping. One was, where did they get the transfer paper?
The iron-on transfer paper you can buy online. Dad just found it and ordered it online.
I must have ordered it on Amazon.
Yeah.
Right, I think we're up.
You think we're rolling here?
I think, yes. All right, people are on hold.
Okay.
So,
Well, I don't know if we have the
we're
option.
going to start.
I don't know. Yeah, the camera isn't on yet, or it doesn't look like it's.
No, I
Go ahead and do what you have to do there, babe.
am right now.
On that transfer paper,
All
I
right.
must have ordered that on
Hey, I
Amazon.
think you're back.
Oh,
Okay.
you're back
All
live,
right.
son.
All right, so for you guys live, I apologize. Hopefully you're still with us. So this is what it looked like after I sprayed it. I don't know when you got cut off, but I just took and I sprayed it with my ink, and assuming all this carving was done, this is what it's going to come out like. So once it's all sprayed and it's dried, then I use a belt sander and I sand off the surface, and that's what it looks like.
Okay, they're saying they have no sound or have video. Apologies, this is.
Oh, yeah. GoToWebinar is has messed us up here, guys. They said that they've got, some technical difficulties at the website of GoToWebinar. Unfortunately, we can't take credit for the screw up here. It's the GoToWebinar website. So.
Muted by organizer.
So do we have audio or visual or none of it?
Wow.
I apologize, guys. We're trying to get this done. Now, again, if you guys can hear me, if you can see me, and you can't hear me, read my lips. But we are filming this separately.
All right, I think they got sound back.
Okay, so we are filming this separately, so you can go on our channel, Old Dave 100, sometime tomorrow after today, and all of this is filmed with our other camera, and you'll see everything. In fact, you'll probably hear some things you didn't want to hear.
Sorry, guys.
But anyway, this is what it looks like when it's all done. So,
Hold on, hold it up again.
oh, sorry. This live video stuff is gonna, it's freaking me out, man. I've been stressed out for 2 days. Okay, so there's that. So anyway, it will be on our channel within the next couple days. Sunday, hopefully, I'll have it done. So questions.
You guys resend your questions because when I turned it off, we lost everything. So please, if you have questions, send them again.
Yeah, please. So send those questions and we'll get them in. I don't even know. Can we go longer than the?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it shuts off. But so you guys, Dave, have a seat. You guys answer questions.
Grab your
We
chair
got
and
questions.
come on over and sit down, Dad. Let me get this stuff out of the way.
you
So
ahead.
go ahead. If you've got a question there, babe.
All right, let's see. Where did you get the fish from?
I found that fish. Honestly, I found that fish. I googled. Like bass or jumping fish. That's what I googled. Jumping fish, and then hit images, and it gives you about 100 million different jumping fish, and that happened to be the one I liked. So,
Okay.
and I love fishing for bass, so that helps too.
Where did
Yeah,
you get
we got to go fishing.
Where did you get the iron on paper?
The iron on paper, Dad just found it on Amazon.
Yeah, I ordered on Amazon. It's just transfer paper. Iron on. Just go to Amazon and type in the search box, iron on transfer paper, and you'll find probably a dozen sources for it.
Right.
I don't know that any one is any better
Yeah,
than
but
another.
this is just the one we got, so
All right.
any of them should work.
Have you used the color paint yet?
The colored paint, no, I still haven't used the colored paint, but I have talked to a couple guys that have, and if it doesn't say, and this is the Rust-Oleum primer, the Rust-Oleum black primer. I don't have a can of it here, but it's kind of it's a replacement, and it can be used in place of this ink. But if you use any of the colors, from what I'm gleaning from our students, is make sure it says primer on it. Otherwise, it's liable to really bleed into the grain of the board real bad.
All right.
If you're going to use color, we still recommend using the Marsh ink because we haven't used the paint, the primer paint.
Right.
So
Yeah.
if you're going to use color, until we tell you otherwise, we still highly recommend the Marsh ink. It's a little more expensive, but we know that it works well.
All right. What did you use for black paint? That would be the Marsh ink.
Yeah.
Frank from Texas is, how do you determine the cost of artwork?
The complexity, something like this, it's pretty complex. I probably would charge whatever the price of the sign is. I probably would charge an extra $25 or $30 for this image.
That's because of the time that it takes to do it.
Sure.
There's a lot of detail there, and it's
Yeah.
at $35, $40 an hour.
Yeah.
Another $25 to $40 for complex artwork.
Yeah, if it's something
very
simple,
normal.
if it's something simple that I have a little layout pattern for, like we also make little layout templates, and if it's something simple that's a little silhouette of a moose or a bear or whatever that we already have, and you can see those on our website too, or makeawoodsign.com, our layout templates. If it's something simple like that, it could be 10, 15 bucks. Something more intricate like this, 30, 25, 30.
Okay. Joey Drum asks if you can give the website for your bits.
The makeawoodsign.com, and then when you get there, just look for the sign carving supplies.
I'm going to go up to it.
There'll be a little tab that says sign carving supplies. You can't quite get to it?
No, I can't go up there.
Okay, so it's makeawoodsign.com. And then when you get there, you'll see mine and Dad's picture, not mine, I don't think. And then there'll be a little tab that says sign carving supplies. And then there's groups of products. One of them says router bits. One of them says layout templates. One of them says layout letters. Those kind of things. So just pick the group of products.
Okay. Raul Padilla says, I just wanted to know how cost effective is using the iron-on paper and how much is the paper?
Gosh, I don't think it's very
You
much.
can get it
No,
at Walmart.
It wasn't much. I
Yeah.
bought a package of it, and I think there's probably 12 or 15 sheets in a package.
Actually,
and
that-
it was probably around $15, so roughly $1 a sheet.
Yeah.
So you got about $1 cost in a full sheet, and that was
Yeah.
about a half a sheet. So it probably cost you between 50
For the
cents
time that it saves you guys, I'm telling you, it's well worth it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Frank Casillas says, "Can I have an autographed copy of Eric that you were picture of you were posed in, which was."
Here. There you go.
All right, Gary Lower.
Uh-huh.
Sorry if I'm not saying it right. Was it just the points that you lifted the router to feather it?
Yeah, on that profile bit, it comes to an exact point. So when I want little, oh gosh, let me see if I've got some spots in here. When I want little stuff like that, and I want it to come to a point, I just kind of, and again, you can see that on a lot of our videos. In fact, on the Live to Ride videos, and there's a playlist for the Live to Ride signs. I do that on the inside of the feathers for you guys that know what I'm talking about. So you can watch that. But that's just a little lift process where I lift the router as I come out. Takes a little practice to get used to doing that, but that's how it's done.
If he had done the A on the inside of the A, when he finishes that, if you lift it up, then it leaves a little point. And you can do that on anything that you need a point on, or to start and stop a sharp line.
All right. Glenn Watts asks, is the heat transfer better than the label backing and the spoon method that you did on a video?
Much better. Much better.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, by far.
All right. This is an interesting question. This is Bill Hodgkins. I am loving this hobby, but I live in a mobile home with a very little private space. What are others in similar situations to minimize the sawdust mess?
The sawdust mess. Well, I would be more concerned about the noise situation than the sawdust mess. And from a sawdust situation, you could do it inside of a little shed, anything like that. A lot of guys have vacuums hooked up to their routers. We don't, because we're not in that situation. Our dust collection is a dustpan and a broom.
You could build some sort of a little plastic tent kind of thing,
Yeah.
say flat on the top, and 5 foot square that you could get inside of and do all your carving in there.
We've done that.
Yeah, I have done that. I had a trailer at one time when we went out and carved at horse shows and stuff, and it was completely enclosed, and I had plastic all the way around. So it'd be fairly simple to build something like that, and that would work for you.
Okay, Eric, stop chasing flies.
Sorry. Okay.
Debbie Thomas says, I'm a beginner and I have the profile bit. Would you suggest that I use that to start or progress to the finer detail bit?
No, definitely use a profile bit, Debbie. That SC50, that really fine one, that's for later on when you're doing really extreme detailed stuff. That profile bit will go down as tiny as you need it to.
Yeah, and you don't want to go deep with that SC50,
Yeah.
because if you go down over 1/8 of an inch, because it's a single flute, if you go down over 1/8 of an inch, it'll pop that,
Yeah.
it'll break that tip right off, and you don't
Yeah.
want to do that. That's why the profile bit, you could go to the full depth of the cutting flutes because it's two fluted and it's solid carbide.
Yeah.
But on that SC50, if you go down over 1/8 of an inch, you're going to break that tip off, and you're going to lose what you paid for.
And
the
that's
bit.
why I say this was all done with a profile bit, and it goes, this kind of detail. Now, if this thing was only about half that size, that's where I wouldn't even attempt it as a beginner, number one. Number two, that's where you would use the SC50, but that's later on, Debbie. Don't attempt that now. Give yourself some time to learn and get used to that router.
All right. Jeff Fisher from Florida says, when you use a Sharpie or paint pen to get colors on your signs, are you using these after the sanding sealer, but before you clear finish the final coat?
Yes, the sanding sealer, this board has sanding sealer on it. The reason I use sanding sealer on pine only, and that's pine, is so that black won't bleed into the grain. But understand, guys, once this is ready to sand off, which, if all this was done, it would be, the sanding sealer is completely gone. There is no sanding sealer left because it's not down in the groove, and I've completely sanded off the surface of the sign. So there is no more sanding sealer. You only need that sanding sealer there to keep the ink from bleeding into the grain on the surface of the board. So yes, that is correct. Once the sanding is done, then you can do your color with your Sharpies or your paint pens or whatever. Your ink pens, whatever. But yeah, once this is sanded off, that sanding sealer is gone. There is no more sanding sealer. That's only, to prevent the ink from bleeding before you spray.
Okay, James Neal says, when wood and iron get hot enough to transfer instead of what you used.
Yes, and
Yeah,
I've tried
household
that.
iron, yeah.
I tried that, and it actually
You get
does.
your wife's permission before you do that. Be sure to get her permission.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll end up with an iron print on the side of your head. Anyway, yes, you can use that, but I've tried it both ways several times. I didn't like it as well as this transfer tool that I use, and it took me a while to find this. It's called a wood transfer tool. That's what you search for when you're looking for that little thing I got. So
Right.
yes, a household iron would work, but it doesn't work as well because you can't really get detail down on it. It's too big a surface.
All right, Michael Lusk.
Mike. Yeah.
Just quickly, please, describe what a flute is.
A flute is, well, when you have a cutter and you look at the end of it, there's two cutting surfaces, and each one of those is called a flute. So if you have a single flute, there's just one edge, one cutting edge on your router bit. If you have two flutes, there's two cutting edges. Our 60 degree has three cutting edges, so that means there's three flutes.
You
on
can
it.
grab that
that's-
scalping bit over there, and
Yeah,
you can show
no,
them.
that's all. Yeah, I guess I could do that. This is a two flute. This is a flute, and this is a flute.
Hold on a
It's just
minute.
two cutting edges. That's all. That's all a flute means.
Hang on.
Hold it. Whoa, come back here. Bring it up. So
Bring
we
it
can see
back. Bring it back.
Bring it back.
We're moving too fast for the camera.
Yes.
So remember what
Okay.
Mike
All
said.
right,
He
you know
said,
what? For some reason, we got blurry. There we
This
go.
is a flute. This is a flute. And that's not the kind of flute you toot toot toot. This is a cutting. This is a cutting flute.
quickly.
Quickly.
All right, what else we
that's
got?
Flute. We
Yeah.
got back up. Hold on. All right, so I'd love to see your shop set up for production sign making in a professional shop. What equipment do you use? The size shop, and maybe a video tour of your shop. That's Joe Veneziano.
Well, that ain't gonna happen. We've got stuff in our shop that literally has nothing to do with carving signs and the stuff that we do on video. Literally, we've got lasers, we've got all kinds of stuff that we use. So
Yeah.
we're probably not gonna ever have a video with a complete tour of our shop until I get another bigger building and have a shop dedicated just to the sign stuff.
Yeah, because we do so much other stuff. So I guess to answer your question, that was Joe. You said right?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I lost it.
Everything that we use, routers, sanders, everything that you need to see, go on the newsletters, in the playlist on the newsletters, especially that Live to Ride and stuff. And anytime I'm carving, you can see the tools I use. But basically, it's a router, it's a sander, a saw to cut your boards. Nothing, really outlandish. You can do it all. I had a little shed that I had a complete sign operation. In fact, you can go in and see see anything that said Oatman on it on the playlist, and you'll see my whole complete shop setup that's dedicated. That's a way they can do that.
Yeah,
go
they-
see my
they can
Oatman
see everything in
my
there in your
Oatman videos.
Oatman
I
shop.
have one video where I take you through a complete setup of my Oatman shop where I was carving signs for
The only
tourists.
thing is, in the Oatman shop, we don't have the saw where we cut
No.
our boards. We
But-
don't have the band saw. We don't have the jigsaw. We have that stuff in our shop, but we've got so much other stuff in our shop too
Yeah.
that until I get a new building and build a shop just for the sign business, we won't have a tour.
Okay.
Okay,
sorry.
so Michael Lusk says, you guys forgot toot and snort.
Yeah,
Thank,
there.
thank you, very informative. Well, tell Dave that I caught the tail joke and am still laughing. Been watching your YouTube videos for about a month now. Thank you so much for sharing this information with us. From Greg Summers in Spokane, Washington.
Cool.
I remember Greg.
Couple of comments about toot and snort.
Toot and Snort are our potbelly pigs, so you can see them by going on to our coffee and questions. Yeah.
Some real quick, we've got a couple more. Is there ever an issue routing boards that have been glued together?
No, not really, because, well, yeah, this actually, if you look at this, this is a laminated board. That's some of that panel board that I use. So, no, not at all. This is, yeah, no.
Frank Jenkins from Texas. Missed the audio of the small bass. Did you use the profile bit to cut all the large black areas?
Yes. Yeah, if you have, like, actually, this part and this part, I did go back in there with our 90-degree V-groove, but you could do it with a profile bit, but I wanted to save time. I didn't get a chance to do that live, but I went, just in this area and this area, I went with our 90-degree V-groove for the background. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's 3 flutes.
No.
No, that's 2 flutes.
That's 2 flutes. The 60 is the
Never
3
mind.
flute.
Okay, Raul Padilla, this is what happens when you shoot raw and live. Great job setting this up. Thank you for the continuing share knowledge.
You're welcome.
Let's see, I'm trying to go back and forth here, so bear with
Can
me.
you guys hear Vicky all right when she's talking over there in the corner? I just want to make sure. If you can, just say yes. If you can't, say no, I guess.
One of these days we'll all have one of those little earphones on so you can hear everything.
I don't know if I want to be that. I'd have a tough time going.
Make me look like
going
Garth
around.
Brooks.
Yeah, I guess they can all hear me.
Okay, good.
I could sing you a little song.
Please, no.
No, no singing.
No singing. No time. No time.
Okay, everybody can hear me. All has returned in sync now. Yes, can hear Vicky.
Good.
Let's see. Had another question real quick up here.
So did we ever get a survey from everybody that's brand new to us that? Oh,
Greg, I'm just showing my flies.
Greg.
There was. Oh, hold on. I had a question that I lost. Bear with me.
Hang on, guys.
I've been asked to make and sell carved signs as a vendor. What would you recommend, being that I will be inside a church?
Okay. What would I recommend from? I think you ought to have, if you're going to be inside a church, you need to have something that's fairly enclosed. We used to have a little portable shop that we would set up that kept everything enclosed within that shop, especially from a sawdust standpoint and a noise standpoint. So I'm not sure exactly what aspects.
If they have a coat closet or something, you might set up in there if you got enough light. You can set up in a small corner, set up in a little closet of some kind.
All right, we have a couple of comments here. Frank Jenkins from Texas. You guys have given me a new passion in life. Looking forward to retiring from my regular job in 3 years and going full time in my sign business. You guys rock.
Sweet. Thank you, Frank.
Thank
That's
you, Frank.
awesome.
Okay.
That's cool.
Vicky needs to be put on the show. No, thank you. Did you apply sanding sealer after carving or before applying ink? That one.
Okay, so
Well, you answered that.
yeah. You put the sanding sealer on before you ever start the sign in bare wood. Then you do all your processes. That's.
Would you ever use MDF as a sign or just as a template?
I probably wouldn't do MDF. It's really tough on router bits. I probably wouldn't do MDF because it doesn't have a. Turn it back on.
Can you straighten out dried wood that is really kind of curled?
The best way to do that I've seen, I generally don't do it, but you need to completely immerse it in water and then try to bend it the other way, depending on whether it's a cup. A cup would be this way, or a warp would, well, a cup would be that way, a warp would be lengthwise. Generally the way I've seen it done is completely immerse it in water and then take it out and try and shape it and let it dry.
If that don't work, put it in the fireplace.
One more question.
One more question, we're running out of time.
Wow, just popped up a bunch of them. When is your next LTS?
It'll be next month. So every month we're going to do one. We haven't set a date yet, but it'll be the first part of October.
All
We're
right.
gonna keep at this until we learn how to do it
Yeah,
right.
we'll get it right
You're
eventually.
Really quick, one more. Do you guys ever use foam board or a material called Caro foam?
We use foam board. I have a carved HDU,
Yeah,
high density.
high density urethane.
High
I was
density.
gonna mention that.
Yeah, we
earlier.
have done that, and it carves like air.
All right,
so,
guys.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
did
and it's really HDU is waterproof, weatherproof.
yeah, and it sprays, it sands, it does everything. It's good.
Okay.
So are we offline? Or are we?
No, we're still going. Wrap it up. Say
Okay.
goodbye. Make it plain.
Okay. So
What's the next question?
So
No. We could go all day with questions, but it's
Oh.
9:01. I have to go to work.
Oh, okay.
All right. So here's the thing, guys. If you have any questions, go to our channel and put in comments. My email, you can. Our emails, makeawoodsign.com, Eric at makeawoodsign.com. You can write me emails.
Cut off Pop and Son.
You can give us a call. Our phone number's on makeawoodsign.com. Anything that we can do to help. If you have any questions on
Get to the
on
website.
anything.
Get to the website. Click on Contact Us, and you can send us an email direct.
Yeah, or call us or whatever. Gosh, I know there's something I'm forgetting, but I can't think of what it is right now.
It's all right.
Hopefully
Again,
we get it
sorry,
next month.
sorry for the technical difficulties, guys. We'll keep working on this till we get it right.
Michael Lusk says, let's have a potluck.
You know what? I would love. Yeah, I've got plans in the future of a way that we can get together.
Okay.
So we'll work on that. Thanks, Mike. All right. So I guess we're done.
That's going to wrap it up.
Thanks so
Yes.
much, you guys. That was fun as always. Stressful, but it was fun. I'm just gonna go somewhere and collapse now.
And we'll see you on the next one.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
So you're gonna go get the camera there.